4 questions. What did you think it meant?
Hey everybody, how are you doing? I'm back. My voice is better. I'm not better though yet. I wish I was, but I'm not. I thought I was getting better. I was seriously getting better. And then the last couple of days I've just crashed and burnt again. I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to take it easy tonight and talk to a few people. Let's get it on live chat as well. Valerie, hello. Thank you for being here. Nice one. I'm really glad you're here. And hey, Dr. Rob's here. Nice one, Rob. You had a really good stream tonight as well. That was really good fun. Your streams are ace, man. It was, yeah, that was great. I love the quizzes. They're really cool. And anybody who doesn't know, Health Freedom UK, not a doctor, Robert. You should check out his channel. Some really cool people in there. It's really good. Papa's Farm, good to see you. Scars and Shadows, hello. Lady Campion. Ali Gratilla. Sip, good to see you. Alan Eyes, hiya buddy. How you doing? And Ed B Metal, you're not Ed B Mental anymore. Nice one. I never thought you were mental. I really didn't think you were. Although you're musical, aren't you? So probably qualifies you as being fully mental, doesn't it? Hugh, brother, are you all good? Yeah, we need to catch up, don't we? On we need to have a talk. Shoot me an email and I'll sort it out with you this week. We'll hook up. I presume it's about your streaming stuff. I don't know, but I'm just presuming. But yeah, just shoot me an email and I'll obviously I'll sort it out and get to you. And the beautiful Brad example is here. Oh, Brad, your stream the other night was class, man. Honestly, it was really cool. You sounded great. That Gretsch guitar sounded fabulous. And you pulled it off really well, man. Nicely done, honestly. Because it's a bit weird, isn't it, when you're streaming at first? It can be a bit hectic, you know? It all gets a bit, oh, whoa, you know? But seriously, it was really good. I enjoyed it. And you sounded great as well. Which just sat there with a guitar. That's a tough call, man. So, nicely done. Proper good to see. Looking forward to the next one as well, to be honest. Is that tonight? Are you going again tonight? I've not actually looked. But I'm looking forward to the next one anyway. I will be there. And Jade. Oh, the beautiful Jade. I can't do your clever zoom in close up tongue spectacular. I wish I could, but I just can't. I wish I could. Jenny, good to see you. Karen Reese is here as well. Nice one, Karen. And Manny, the Lily Pillies. Awesome, bud. Been really enjoying your stuff as well lately. The live stuff, that's been great. And yeah, it's good to see you actually working as a band in a real space. That's been particularly cool, to be honest. It's been a long time coming, seeing that. Many vibes. Many vibes. Woohoo! You made it. Yay! There's something about having many vibes in a chat. And hello, Many Vibes is Mama, if you're watching. Hello. I hope you're doing okay. And God bless you. Who else have we got? Tremor Bear. Nice one, Tremor. Good to see you here as well. So many people. This is crazy. Wow. Carl's Order of the Squirrels and Master Meme Officer. Wow. Now that is a title, isn't it? Damn. That is a title. Master Meme Officer. Love it. Where do some people come up with the names? It's great, isn't it? Gortium. Wow, dude. It's been ages since we've crossed paths. How you doing, bud? Nice one. It's good to see you, man. I feel a bit ashamed now. I haven't checked out your stuff for ages. I'm really behind, and I bet you've released a million different things, haven't you? I bet you have. I think one of the issues is that I'm no longer in any Discord servers. I don't do Discord. I just do a bit of personal messaging on Discord, and I don't get involved in any of the servers. So I get a bit left out of the loop with some stuff. I don't know really what's going on unless YouTube tells me. So I've probably missed out on loads of your stuff, man. But it's good to see it, and I will come and check your channel. That'll stay in my head now, because I've actually spoken to you, if you like. But nice one for being here. Very cool. And Michael Songs, the best dressed man on the internet. Sir, love it. And your streams as well lately have been really cool. And the way your channel just seems to be ramping up is lovely to see. Especially with Maria doing all the technical stuff in the background as well. Shout out to Maria. I don't know if she's here as well, but nice one, Maria, because you really do a fabulous job with it all as well. Yeah, sometimes alarm notifications are annoying, many vibes, you're right. I know what you mean. Yeah, because they can get a bit hectic, can't they? Oh, and Jade is responsible for Brad Example's audio. Ha! Well, there you go. There you go. That explains everything, doesn't it? If Jade's responsible for it, it's going to be fantastic, isn't it? That does not surprise me in the slightest. Nice one, Jade. And Retro Rubes is back as well. Good to see you. This is quality. So we're on 4Q tonight, aren't we? Fuck you. Fuck you. Right, it's 4 questions, mate. All right. Calm down. Calm down. All right, it's 4 questions. I'm just having a look through the chat and seeing if I've missed anything. Oh, Perpetual Platypussy as well is here. Really good to see you. Nice one, and bless you as well. So, to the people in the chat who've been supporting my channel as well and sending coffee, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And it makes it all kind of possible. I get through a lot of drumsticks, basically. So bless you all. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Zach, good to see you, bro. Really good to have you here. Chad as well. Yay. It's been nice to talk to you lately, Chad, as well. Good to have you here as well, mate. Nice one. You've been doing some great streams lately as well. The food one was particularly funny. I was there. I don't know whether I appeared in the chat, but I had it on in the background. That was cool. There's some mad stuff. Oh yeah, I was there in the chat, but I had to dip out at one point because the videos got a bit too hectic for me, so I had to leave. I was hiding behind a cushion for some of them. So yeah, we're on 4Q tonight, aren't we? And tonight I've got questions from just one person. So it's from Ali Gratilla. Because she sent me about 1 million billion... Was it 20 questions or was it 1 million billion? It might have been 1 million billion, I think. So tonight's questions have just come from Ali. And I will get to them in a bit. Oh, Mike and Dawn, good to have you here. You made it in time. Nice one. Oh, I missed David Joshua's premiere. And in fact, I don't think I'm subscribed. Jam Pro Sound as well. Nice one. It was Brad's stream I saw you in last night, wasn't it? I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure it was. But good to have you here, man. Nice one. That's well cool. Shizok as well. Hey, buddy. I'm Pookie. Oh, Pookie, is this number 2? Is this number 2? I think it is, isn't it? It's number 2. This is so cool. All right, I'll play a track. I'll play a track now. I went on to Indy's channel, Independent Many United. She has a great channel. Does an awful lot in the community for pushing music. And I went onto her channel the other night and I just had an idea for this track. Now, I've played this track before, but I've done something with it. I was going to put some vocals on it, but I've decided to do something else instead. Some of you may know a man called Paul Harvey from the 60s. And he had a show called The Rest of the Story. Hubsy, bro, good to see you here, man. So yeah, Paul Harvey had this show, The Rest of the Story. And in 1965, he put out this little thing. And when I heard it, it gave me chills down my back and the hairs on my arms stood up. And this guy nailed it. This guy absolutely nailed it with this. So, see what you think of this. This is something just slightly different.
If I were the devil. If I were the devil. If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of the serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion. And deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who want it until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. What'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
How did that guy come up with that in 1965? How did he do it? That is a visionary. That guy was a visionary. And if you don't know Paul Harvey, he is on YouTube. If you put into YouTube Paul Harvey, the rest of the story, you'll find a lot of his stuff that he did. I know it was on CBS, I think originally it was on. And I know a lot of people. So Valerie was saying she used to listen to this with her grandma, and I know a lot of because a lot of my audience is American, and I know Paul Harvey will resonate with a lot of them from their childhood. And the thing with it is that, yeah, like Mike and Dawn have just said, wow, things haven't changed much, right? Exactly. That's the bit. I've actually got goosebumps now listening to that. That whole thing was a ride for me as well. It's really something to behold. You know, the thing about dogs and metal detectors on schools and undressing in public, the whole 9 yards, he just absolutely, completely nailed it. And there's so much stuff from the rest of the story that you can find on YouTube. Some of the tales are beautiful. They're only quite small. A lot of them are only 4 minutes, 5 minutes long. But they're kind of there is a definite biblical twist to it all. It's definitely based in Christ, definitely. But let's be honest, we all need more of God, don't we? Because the devil's winning if we're not careful, and that just ain't good. It ain't good for our kids. It ain't good for our souls. Even if you don't believe in God, if you just look at God as being love, that's one of the things that Paul Harvey does. You can kind of not take God out of the equation. I'm not, as a Christian, I'm not really allowed to say that. But it's about love. They're all about love, basically. So it's well worth you going and having a look at the rest of the story, because it still resonates so strongly today. You know, we need more of it. Okay. Seeing as this is called 4Q, let's get to a question, eh? One of Ali's questions. Okay. Question number 1. What inspires you most to keep playing? Well, Ali, that is so simple. Music. Music keeps me inspired to keep playing. It never stops turning. I mean, look, that track then gave me goosebumps. It never stops. It never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to turn me on. It never ceases to shock me. It never ceases to take me out of myself. That's where it's at. It's elevatory. It becomes transcendental a lot of the time. And it lifts me out of myself. And I think since I was a child, the one thing in the world, well, there's 2 things in the world that give me hope. It's children and music. Because if you don't get inspired by kids and they don't give you a sense of hope, then take a look at yourself, you know. But music's where it's at with that. It gives me a sense of hope. And tunes like that I just played, like I said, they lift me out of myself and give me this sense that everything will be okay. It'll be okay, you know. And that came before God for me as well, you know. It was from when I was a wee nipper, like, you know, when I was a wee small boy, like, I was just like a wee gnat, you know, as Hugh would understand. And it gives me this sense that everything's going to be okay. So that's what keeps what inspires me to keep going. I'm always chasing this feeling that I get from it, that it makes me think, it'll be all right. It'll be okay. That song's brilliant. It makes me feel great, and it'll all be all right. So, and it never dries up. The well of music will never ever run dry. It will never ever run dry. There will always be a piece of music that will be able to speak to you, that will be able to lift you out of yourself, that will be able to make you feel better when you're having a bad day. It's the only truly universal language as well. And that connection that it brings to people across the world is where it's at. That's what inspires me. It's this connect. It's like the mycelial network, the biggest organism on the planet. It's similar to that. It's something that connects us all, you know. So yeah, that's what inspires me. Music itself inspires me. So I've just seen a question in the chat from Sip. I wonder, does anyone know a video that explains in plain language what a ghost note is? Right, Sip. Okay. Ghost notes. This is just... Okay. As a long time drummer, let me just put it out there. Yeah? This whole ghost note thing is a pile of shit. Right? It's a pile of shit, right? I don't care what anybody says. Give me any drummer. Give me Neil Peart. Give me El Stapario, Siberiano. Give me anybody, yeah, who plays proper drums, and they'll tell you the same thing. There's no such thing as a ghost note, because if it was played by a ghost and not you, then there's something wrong, isn't there? Yeah. A ghost note, in its truest sense, basically, is just a quiet note played in the middle of a groove. So, I'll give you an example of what a ghost note is. I'll show you really simply, right? I know this is not one of tonight's questions, but I'm going to show you, because that question has been kicked around the internet so much. It's just, it's so frustrating. A lot of drummers I've talked to as well have had this thing. It pisses us off, you know? Not you pissing us off asking us. It's just this idea that this myth has got out there. Ghost note, it's this nonsense. Right, okay, so, right, here we go. I'll play you a beat. Right, now can you hear the notes in between? So you've got... Yeah? So if I play all of those notes at the same volume, it sounds like this. Yeah? But if I play them as ghost notes, it sounds like this. You hear the difference? So basically, that is what a ghost note is. It's a quiet little note in the groove that supplies the groove. Yeah? So there was also a little rough in there as well that I put in. So there was the two quiet notes, and then there was a triplet in there as well. Hear that? They're all ghost notes. I know. Exactly. Lady Campion, that is a silly term for quiet notes. Exactly. This is why it's all a nonsense. It's just rubbish. Just rubbish. So it's about music is about dynamics, isn't it? It's always about dynamics. Yeah. If there's no push and pull, if there's no quiet and loud, and it's just it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So there you go. That is what a ghost note is. It's nothing else but that. It's just a quiet one in the riff. That is it. That's all it is. Yeah. And yeah, I'm glad I addressed that. Managed to have a bit of a rant about that one. I'm glad. Thanks, Sip. Thank you. You always ask good questions, Sip. In fact, I think Sip was on. Yeah, Sip was one on the first 4Q. Sip had one of the questions on the first 4Q. You're really cool, Sip. Honestly, you're a class act. You know. But I hope that explains it to you in simple language, and it's nothing more complicated than that. And seriously, anybody who tries to make it more complicated than that for you, ignore it. Anybody who tries to make it myth and magic and something mystical that only drummers understand or any of that bullshit, just ignore them. Just ignore them. It's simply just about dynamics. It's about the quiet notes in between, and they don't go bump in the night. There's no such thing as the monster under your bed, and there's no such thing as a ghost note. Because like I say, if it was put there by a ghost and not the drummer, then Houston, we've got a problem. Okay, some more music. Papa's Farm. My singing is full of ghost notes. You mean, ooh. I love it. I'm going to play some Methadone Hamsters tonight because I just fancy it, really. I'm in the mood. Okay, so this is the Methadone Hamsters, and this is Track for Tim. I saw your comment, Mike and Dawn. Nice one. Yeah, lifted the backing track a bit. Brilliant. Nice one. I saw Dave. Good to see you, man. How you doing, bud? Mr. Burke is in the house. Our fabulous guitarist with a collection of awesome guitars. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back together, Dave, to be honest. I've missed it this month. It's been a bit of a weird one, hasn't it? Don't know about you, but I'm missing it myself. Are you back as well? Or have you even gone yet? Let me know. Are you back? Are you back? Have you gone? What happens? Don't clobber your face with the mic. it's, it's okay. I've got a mask to protect me. Oh, wait. Self-mutilation with the microphone, you know. Do I think, Robbie, so an interesting question from Robbie. Do I think that every drum needs two cymbals? Not really, Robbie, no. I think, again, that's just another one of those sort of crazy myths that have been developed over time, and they were probably put out there by cymbal manufacturers, to be honest. So somebody in the cymbal manufacturing world thought, I know, let's tell everybody that really what they should have is two cymbals for every drum, and that way we'll sell twice as many cymbals. I think it's a lot of horse shit myself, especially when... Well, here we go. So the best drummer in the world was Buddy Rich. Let's be honest. He just was, wasn't he? Whether you like jazz, you know, or not, he just was. And quite often he went out with his hi-hat and two cymbals. So, on that basis alone, no, you know. Yeah, I think it was the cymbal manufacturers that said that, to be honest. And it was a way of just selling lots and lots of expensive cymbals, because cymbals are so expensive, as you know, Robbie, as you know. If you want to break your bank, buy cymbals, you know, because they don't come cheap. It's complete insanity, to be honest. It's utter insanity. Oh, Lynn, really good to see you here. Thanks for coming along. Nice one. And people, if you don't know Lynn's music, you really should go and check her out. I know she's got 3 albums out on Bandcamp at the moment that are all fabulous. What's that, Brad? So Brad Example got to go to the Sabian factory once. It was amazing. My drummer got all 3 cymbals. It was an amazing day. Wow. Cool, man. That's class. I'll come to the Sabian factory with you. That'd be really cool. Nice one. Okay, let's get another question. So Ali's second question for the evening is: stuck on a desert island, what food, album, and one extra thing would you bring? All right. So the food I would take is really simple. It's toast. My favourite food is toast. So just burnt bread with butter. Real butter. It's got to be real butter, mind. None of this fake shit. Not having that emulsified soya lettuce things. Not having that rubbish. I want real butter. What came from cow with real milk, you know. So it'd be toast. That's really simple. Food to me is something that just keeps you alive. It's not something that I actually enjoy. Not really, but if I'd say I'd take a pill, but I wouldn't do it. You know, because I don't really trust all that nonsense, even though I have to take a lot of them. But yeah, it would be toast. Plain and simple. I don't need anything on it as well. Just toast and butter. That's enough for me. And an album. What album would I take? Okay, so this is going to be a strange one. So I think I've thought about this all day. I've really thought about this all day. And I think a lot of you will be surprised by this. It would be Jean-Michel Jarre's Waiting for Cousteau. And it would be because of one track on the album. Track 4 is 46 minutes and 53 seconds long, and it's an ambient piece with just noises and pianos. And it originally came, he did it for an artwork project somewhere in France, and it was just a minimalist piano thing that he did. That would be what I'd take. There's no drums on it. There's nothing to speak of. It's just kind of do 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 Just there's nothing to it. But it's the most beautiful piece of music, and it makes me feel at peace. That's what it does. It makes me feel at peace, basically. It's the one piece of music that can calm me down. You could talk me off a ledge with Cousteau, and you could wrap me up in a blanket and put me to sleep. It's awesome. So it would be that. And one extra thing that I would bring is a big fuck off knife. Okay? I like doing woodwork. I would bring a huge knife. Yeah, dead simple. You can do anything with a knife. You don't need any other tools. Dead straightforward and simple. I'm going to ask another question straight away because I can see the time's disappearing here. This is mad. So yeah, that's that question. Now then, if I could perform with one famous musician, who? What a great question. Again, I've thought about this a lot, and there was a long list of people that I kind of could go to think, oh, it'd be them, oh, it'd be that. And okay, I am not the biggest fan of this guy's music. Not really. I do like a lot of his music, but there was so much. I think over his career he released 206 albums in total, and a lot of them are crap because a lot of them were based in films. I'll get to that question in a second, Mike and Dawn. Yeah, okay. So a lot of his music I wouldn't actually listen to. However, there was something about this guy that literally changed the world. And we can argue about why it happened and what it was that made it happen till the cows come home. But Elvis Presley changed music. And I would love to be in Elvis's band. I would like to play Vegas with Elvis. Because when you see those gigs, I mean, Ronnie Tutt on the drums, another level. But I would have loved to have been in Ronnie Tutt's shoes, and I would love to get the opportunity to play with Elvis, especially because of his love of gospel music as well. Now, I particularly like harmony work, and Elvis, at heart, was a gospel singer. The jumpsuits and all the razzmatazz wasn't really where that guy was at. He was a gospel singer. So if it was anybody, it would be Elvis. And that partly surprises me as well. But that is, I've thought about it since you asked me the question, and it kept coming back to the same thing. It was Elvis. Definitely Elvis. The guy was some kind of mystical talent. There was something, they call it the X Factor. He had it just oozing out of him everywhere. Every pore had the X Factor, but particularly when he did his gospel music, and I'd love to have been involved with that with him. Okay, I'm going to play another track. I'm going to play another Hamsters track. And this is called The A-Team. There you go. A hamster's the A-team. Slightly different version to the one we do now, Dave. We do another thing on the end, don't we? That's a bit weird. I had to watch that as I was playing it. That was a bit strange. So, Mike and Dawn, you asked a question in the chat earlier and you said, why don't I put the answers in the description to the video? That's a really good idea. To be honest, it's a really good idea. I will consider that. I will definitely consider that. Definitely. I wouldn't say I'm a lazy bastard. But it's one of those things that that'd take a bit of time to do. But I will seriously consider that. It's a really good idea. I'll give you that. You always come up with some great ideas, you don't you? You've been the ideas people on this channel, Mike and Dawn. You're fabulous. It's just been so cool to have you as part of this, honestly. It's well good. I just wondered... Dave said he wonders how that'd sound on a pink flying V. Might sound really, really cool, I saw somebody else saying, how often do you have to change drum heads? That's a bit of a how long is a piece of string question. There is no answer to that. It depends. Snare heads, you change them when they're gone. This one is about on its last legs. This one needs changing. The coating's gone. You can see a big patch in the middle of it. That is now pretty much goosed. That needs to be changed out. But the tom heads last a lot longer than you think. But usually if I go into a studio context and I'm recording stuff, then I would put new heads on, to be honest. Because there's nothing better to record on than new heads. So, you come recording in a studio. If I was being taken as a session player and going into the studio, then I would put new heads on, basically. Okay, Ali's question, another question. Where do I start when beginning to record a track? Again, another really cool question. So, 9 times out of 10, so the first thing I need to do when I'm recording a track is to actually get the tempo of it mapped out properly, because the tempo's the most important thing. Have I ever thought about doing ASMR with the drums? Explain to me more what you mean with that, and I'll keep looking at the chat. So where do I start when beginning to record a track? Now, the tempo is the most fundamentally important thing with most tracks. I know this is a 6Q, isn't it? How many questions, Valerie? I know. So tempo first, but 9 times out of 10, there is some guide version of the chords. So it could just be strummed out on a guitar, it could be just played on a piano, it could be just be a bass line, yeah? And then a guide of the vocal, a rough idea of what the song is. So I format it from beginning to end. Some rough chords, a rough idea of the vocal, even if it's just na 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 do 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 do. And then from that overall format, then it gets fleshed out properly, and those parts get replaced with the appropriate bits that are going into the arrangement, basically. So yeah, it kind of, the process is always really the same. The initial things that you lay down when you're recording a track get thrown away for the most part. So that we call them guides for working to, and it guides us through the format of the track, and it lays it out so that you can get a full picture, and then you can apply your arrangement as you go along in the track, basically. So it's usually that it's a guitar part, a piano bit, or a synth part, or a drum line, and then a guide version of the vocal, and then on top of that it gets fleshed out. Okay, let's get rid of that question. Now, I saw that. Have I ever thought of doing ASMR with the drums? That was it. But I saw another comment. When I say ASMR, I mean like tapping on the drums with the fingers. I haven't, to be honest. Because I'll be honest with you, Jerome, I've never really got involved in the ASMR world. So I wouldn't know where to begin, if I'm really honest with you. I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know. So, yeah. I wouldn't know where to start with that one. I'm not averse to doing anything, really. I'm not sure I'd do ASMR things on a regular basis, but you never know. It might be my thing. I might actually love it. Excuse me. Yeah, I might actually love it. But I'd have to put myself through the process to find out. But it's definitely an interesting idea. I've never seen it. So you say there are drummers on YouTube that do that. Check out a drummer that does ASMR on YouTube. Okay, I'll have a look. I'll definitely have a look. And see what it's all about. Could be interesting. Okay, so Mike and Dawn are saying as well, he could create a PDF of each live show. Nuts and bolts, drum beats, and more. Like a book. Right, okay, for the drum curious. Again with the ideas. Wow. Again with the ideas. I love it. Right, okay. Well, I mean, so it's interesting that you're saying this, Jerome, because I've actually recorded some drum lines playing with hands on the real kit. That kind of thing. So yeah, it's got something in it. It's got something in it. I'll have a look at that. I'll go and have a look at the ASMR world and see what is going on. And then I'll see you in future streams and we'll talk it out. Yeah, interesting. Hello, Sunshine Archer as well. Yay! You're here. I don't know if Paul Volt's here as well, but really good to see you, Sunshine. Nice one. Driving home and listening. That's cool, isn't it? Somebody's driving home from work and listening to me in their car. That's just cool, isn't it? Wow. How cool is that? If somebody had told me when I was a kid that this would be happening, I wouldn't have believed them. I'd never have believed them. It's crazy. It's really cool. Okay, I'm going to play another Hamsters track. This is called Don't Sit There. There you go. Messaging hamsters. Don't sit there. I'm just going to play another track straight away as well. I'm going to play 11 to 12 as well. Because I don't know what the time's like, but I think we're running out. This is the hamsters again. And this is 11 to 12. There you go. The Methadone hamsters and 11 to 12. Well, I think. Let me have a look. Here we go. Something quick before we finish. Ali's asked. I know we're on question 6 or whatever it is. Whatever. Call it the bonus question. Dun, dun, dun. What's your favourite thing to do when you're not doing music related things? Really simple. Woodwork. Really simple. Now, in the last couple of years, I've moved studios. The studio I had previously had a workshop in it, and I've actually lost my workshop. It's been a bit traumatic, if I'm really honest, losing my workshop. But I have a thing for making wooden things, and I've got a couple of the wooden things here to show you, just so that you get a handle on what I mean. Let me do this so that I can make sure you can see it. Shafiq is in the chat. Get in. And Al Bundy as well. Wow. Okay, so I like to make wooden things. There you go. There is a wooden owl. Yeah? Now let me see if I can change that light and give it a bit more. There you go. There's a little wooden owl. Yeah? That I like to do. Stuff like this. And then stuff like this. A little wooden drum kit. There you go. Even got sticks on the snare drum and everything. Yeah? All of this stuff is made from recycled wood, from trees that have been chopped down by a mate of mine who does tree cutting services and stuff. Even little daft things like these. Little stick figures with little pipe cleaner hair going on, little faces and stuff. Yeah, so that's what does it for me. Working with wood in between, because it's creative again. I don't like to just do nothing. I don't just sit and watch TV. I can't be doing with that. It bores me to tears. So I like to do things and make things and be creative. Life is about creating things. There's enough destruction that goes on, and I love doing things with wood. So there you go. That's what turns me on in between doing music. And Scars and Shadows, yeah, nice one. I know Scars and Shadows makes some great stuff as well. Seen a couple of great things on your channel. The little dioramas that you do, very cool. And I know Valerie Bat makes pedals and paints, and Valerie Bat is just next level creative, just next level. It's off the chain, Valerie. Unbelievable. I know there's a lot of creative people out there, but Valerie's just kind of up here somewhere. Unbelievable. She's awesome to see. It's inspiring. Okay, I am slightly suffering a little bit now. So I'm going to play one more track and then I'm going to get out of here, because I expect that Blue Unicorn is streaming very soon. I think he streams at 1:15, so I've got time to play one more song and one more track. Yeah, and I'm going to do another Methods and Hamsters, and I'm going to do a track called Country. And nice one to everybody for being there as well. Bless you all. So cool. But I'll say goodbye to you in a minute. This is the Methods and Hamsters and Country. There you go, Methods in Hamsters. Thank you to everybody for being here. Really cool. And somebody, I noticed, we'll have to ask Mr. Smith if he uses downed trees. Yes, I do. Yeah, it's all about recycling or upcycling stuff that's been either fallen in the wind or people have had to do clearing and stuff. It's all about repurposing wood. That's the whole idea behind it. Wow. I'm out of breath doing this tonight. Still not right. I'll be right for next week though. I'll get it together. Thank you everybody for being here again. Really appreciate the support. It's lovely to have you all here. If there is anybody that I've missed in the chat, kiss off, hello. Don't think I said hello to you. And Lady Smith, my lady. Really great to see you here too. Nice one. Oh, and Tyler Frisco. Nice one, dude. Thanks for coming up. That's cool. Yeah, thank you to everybody. I really enjoyed it. I hope the questions were enlightening in some way. Jerome, I will do something about the ASMR stuff as well. I'll have a look into it for you. And hopefully I'll see all of you here next week. And I'll be back with Only Flams, I think, next week. Much appreciated. If anybody's got any questions that they want answering, leave them in a comment underneath the video, and I will incorporate them into the show at some point. I'll take every question, and every question will get put into the show. So if you've got anything you want to know, just ask. Leave it as a comment. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And I'll see you all over at Blue Unicorns. Hopefully Valerie or Indy or Pookie will put a link in, or Jade will put a link in. Thank you to my moderators. I couldn't do this without you. I really couldn't. You keep me safe and you keep the whole chat safe as well. Bless you all for what you do. It does not go unnoticed. You beautiful people. Thank you very much. Okay, and I'll see you all real soon. Let's love each other, eh? Because we're screwed if we don't. Let's love each other. Let's be nice. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks for being here. I love you all. Deal with it.
It's 4 questions. What did you think it meant?